LifeLink, we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of National Minority Donor Awareness Month as we bring awareness to the importance of organ and tissue donation in the minority community. Currently in the state of Georgia, there are over 4,000 men, women, and children awaiting life-saving transplants. And 71% of those individuals make up African Americans, Hispanic, Native Indians, Asians, and Pacific Islanders. This month, we are highlighting dieting and nutritional health as it relates to numerous health disparities such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and obesity, which are main causes of organ failure within the minority community. I'm super excited to introduce to you clinical dietitian Sara Sawicki, who graduated from the University of Florida with a degree in dietetics. She went to the University of Alabama, Birmingham for her Master's of Science in Nutrition and completion of her dietetics internship. Sara has worked with kidney, pancreas, and liver transplant patients for the past 4.5 years, both pre-transplant patients in the evaluation process, as well as post-transplant patients after surgery. Let's welcome Sara Sawicki. Now, Sara, I'm super excited for you to join us today here at LifeLink Foundation. Can you please share with us what role does nutrition play in the transplantation process for both pre and post-transplant patients?
Yes, absolutely. And thank you for that introduction. First, let's start with the pre-transplant process. So while you are being evaluated for transplant or even thinking about this process, really what you want to do is try to get your nutrition down pat then. And this is when a dietitian can be really important in this process. As mentioned, high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, all of these can be causes of organ failure and many reasons why a lot of people end up needing transplants. So getting these under control with the help of a dietitian can only make your chances not only for being listed better, but for success after transplant better as well. So getting your blood pressure managed and under control by watching your sodium intake, getting your diabetes and your A1C under control by watching your carbs and your sugars, and then of course just overall healthy eating and maintaining a healthy weight. And all of that can be done with the help of a dietitian because it can be really tricky. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and we really just want you to be as healthy as possible when you get to transplant. In terms of post-transplant, it really is just a general healthy diet, what we recommend. We want to avoid high blood pressure and avoid uncontrolled diabetes and excessive weight gain. And all the medications that you're going to be on can put you at higher risk for those. So a dietitian can help transitioning out of the sort of recommendations that were pre-transplant. Maybe you had to be on a renal diet or a kidney diet. Maybe you were on dialysis. But now we can transition out of those. You no longer have to do that. You have a new organ, and a dietitian is there to help you along the way.
Sara, can you show us what we'll be cooking today?
Yes, so today we are going to make turkey burgers, but we're going to add some spinach and feta to it just to give it a little extra flavor, just because everybody has their grills going for this time of year. And then we're going to pair it with a nice side salad with some fresh strawberries in it since they're in season now. And they add some sweetness and they're really fresh and kind of make a balanced meal.
Super. Let's get started.
All right, let's get started. We'll start with the turkey burger first. So I already prepared all of my ingredients just so nobody has to watch me chopping and potentially crying while I'm cutting some onions. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add it all to this big bowl. We are gonna start with the turkey. So I went ahead and got some lean ground turkey. It was 93% lean with 7% fat. We really want the leanest one that we can get. And then the turkey is going to be nice and high in protein because we know that those protein needs are really high when we're on dialysis and we're trying to maintain our strength. So after that, just like any other burger, we need a nice thickening agent. So we're going to use some Italian breadcrumbs, and that's going to be nice to kind of congeal everything together. Next, we will add the feta. And so keeping in mind that while we're on dialysis, or if we might have to limit potassium or phosphorus, usually we can only have one dairy serving a day. So this will be that, but it will still keep you within all of your limits if it's just in this one meal. So go ahead and add that to the bowl. It's super easy just to, after you prepared everything, just to really add everything to the bowl, which is nice. I already chopped up the spinach right here. Again, now spinach is typically higher in potassium, but because we're doing really so little, it's all of this is going to be made into 4 burgers. So the amount that you're actually getting isn't going to be too much to really send you over any limits. All right. After that, I'm going to add some garlic. That's just going to add some flavor. So some minced garlic on there. I minced up 2, which will be good. And then after that, all we're gonna do is add the olive oil, and then I mixed it with the Worcestershire sauce, and then a little bit of black pepper in there too. That's really gonna give it a lot of flavor. I think a lot of people commonly think that turkey burgers are bland or dry, or they don't have enough flavor. And so by adding this liquid ingredients to it, it not only gives it that good texture, but it'll also give it some good taste too. So you're just gonna go ahead and mix it all together, just right with your hands, just get it all in there, making sure that you blend it all together so that way each patty will have good flavor to it with all the ingredients in it. Making sure you're getting all of the breadcrumbs involved too. So after that, pretty easy so far. All we're just gonna do is just make it into patties, just like this. So we'll just make it into patties. They actually turn out pretty big. This is supposed to only make 4, but if you wanted smaller ones or even sliders, you could break it into as many as you want. Depends how many servings that you want out of this. Just go ahead and make these all up. I like this too because it's kind of a different take on a burger. So on a turkey burger, you could kind of put ketchup or mustard, but it's a little bit different with the feta and the spinach in it and the Worcestershire. It just adds a bit different flavor to it, which I like a lot. All right. Last one, getting all of the ingredients in there. And so once these are formed, you can either fire up your grill and put them on there, or what I do is, because I don't have access to a grill, is I just bake it in the oven. So I just put it on 375, bake it for 20-30 minutes, cut it in half, make sure it's cooked all the way through, and that'll be nice and easy for you to do too. Just gonna wash my hands really quickly before I touch any other food. All right. So now for the salad. So what I like about this salad is it uses a lot of fresh, different ingredients. I think a lot of times people get tired or bored of salads, or they think that they're boring and they just kind of automatically assume them as something that's too healthy and not really fun to do. So this one's a little bit different because it adds the strawberries in there, and then we're also going to make the dressing ourselves, which is really good. So for the salad itself, I used romaine lettuce. This is going to be lower in potassium for the patients that are on dialysis or on hemodialysis. At least they need to watch that. So it's really good. It's nice and crunchy. It doesn't really have too much flavor, but you can have a lot of it, a lot of bulk, without really very many calories, which is really good. After that, we are going to add these chopped ingredients. So I have the cucumber that I added there. A lot of chopped up strawberries because they're nice and fresh and really good. And then some chopped up onion too. So we're just going to easily just add all of that to the bowl. Super easy to do. Just really like, because when you come home from work, you don't want to have a very, long, arduous process when you're making your food. You just want something easy. And this would be good if you're having people over or grilling out too. Now on top of that, some fun salad toppers. You can use some dried fruit. The one thing just about dried fruit is just watching the portion size on it. So we want to make sure that we're not eating too much because they can be really high in sugar. But a little bit is nice to get the sweetness in there. And it kind of complements the strawberries too, which is really good. So I added those. And then also some toasted almonds. So for these almonds, I got the already slivered ones, so they're not the full ones, which can kind of be hard on your teeth. And then I got the unsalted. So that's going to be important. We don't want to add any extra sodium to our diet. but by getting the roasted ones, it's still gonna add a little bit of flavor too. You could also get the raw if you wanted to do that as well. So that is the salad right there. It's really pretty. But the best part about this salad is going to be the dressing. So I went ahead and blended the dressing before doing this, just because the blender is kind of loud. You can use a NutriBullet or just a regular blender, anything like that would work. And it comes out nice and creamy with a pretty pink color, I'm sorry. So what goes into the dressing is actually going to be more strawberry. So it's a strawberry balsamic. It adds a little bit of extra flavor to just a regular balsamic. Like I said, makes it kind of fun. So it's going to be strawberries in there, just some balsamic vinegar to give it that balsamic vinegar flavor. Olive oil. Olive oil is a really good base for homemade salad dressings. It's a heart-healthy oil, so it's really good for our heart, better than the more processed vegetable oils out there. We use some Dijon as well. This makes it a little bit creamier and adds some good flavor. Again, none of these flavor agents have any sodium in them, any salt. They don't have potassium. They don't have phosphorus. So they really work well. They also don't have any added sugar too, which a lot of pre-made salad dressings will already have. And it's kind of a sneaky way that companies can add in salt and sugar without really realizing it. And then other than that, I just added some garlic, because garlic's always good with everything, adding good flavor. And I just blended it all together. And then once your salad's all ready, you can drizzle it on top and kind of mix it all together. Or you can just do individual servings if you want to do that. So there you have it. There is kind of my summer healthy meal. It is a feta and spinach turkey burger with a nice strawberry salad. And then on the burger, right here is kind of the finished product. And I added just some cucumber slices on there and then some red onion. You could also add a little bit of that Dijon because you already have it. And then you have the salad. I did not add the dressing yet, but you can see that it's nice, lots of good flavors and textures in there. Makes it a little bit more exciting than just your regular kind of romaine and onion and carrot. And there we go.
Thank you so much, Sara. I definitely enjoyed the presentation and can't wait to get into my own kitchen to make this meal. We definitely appreciate your knowledge and you showing us how to eat both delicious and healthy foods. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Enjoy, everyone.
Bye. Now, as we continue to celebrate National Minority Donor Awareness Month, we invite you to follow us at LifeLink of Georgia and LifeLink of Florida, and as well as LifeLink of Puerto Rico. For additional information on how to register as an organ, eye, and tissue donor, please visit www.lifelinkfoundation.org. Thank you so much.